All right, welcome in everybody. Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Flat Out Sim Series. We are joining the guys as practice has ended and we are ready to go to qualifying. So we will get you our national anthem and get ready to go racing.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, thank you, Mr. Foley, once again. A wonderful rendition of our national anthem. The guys about wrapping up their qualifying. 36 410 sprint cars here at the Grove tonight. Brett Mikulski, the quickest of those in qualifying. Jeremy Zarfos, Kyle Sosnowski, Tyler File, Mike Keegan, rounding out the top five in the time trial session. Once this wraps up, we'll get these guys split into their heat races. Run the heat races off, run our consolations off. Get the guys out here for the feature race. Last two or three of these have been really good. Very competitive right down at the end. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Tony, I wish I knew. And as we start to open things up, man, I can tell you I am ready to go to the track. And I know everybody else is too, so we'll probably see less and less of this over the weekends. But you know what? Until then, it's a really good fill-in. So I appreciate you being here. Sit back and enjoy the show. Waiting 4 heat races for us tonight. Get down here, get ready to go through our starting lineups. On the pole, going to be the 73 of Brett Mikulski. On his outside, the X Machine, Mike Keegan. Row 2 going to be Bryce Bailey on the inside. On the outside of that road, Black Diamond Motorsports driver in the 90 car. You see him flash into the screen right there, Trevor Royer. Row 3 on the inside, Team UDSRA driver in the 95 car, Dakota Kuhn. And on his outside, the high side hustler for Border Tire Wicked Cushion Dirt Racing Network, Kinzer Sim Racing Team out of Franklin, Pennsylvania, Braden Eiler. Row 4 on the inside, 36 car, Jesse Deeds. Chris Gerhart on his outside. And on the back row by himself, Mr. Andrew Swartwood in the 88 car. Let's get these guys rolling off here. Couple of pace laps, and then they will cut them loose. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Guys, likes, shares, and follows. If you are not on the Dirt Racing Network page over on Facebook, please come by, give us a follow. It'll notify you every time we go live. Got a lot building up through the month of May and across the summer. Going to be about 4 or 5 nights a week right here for you. Around 8 shows per week. I know these guys here, a lot of them are regulars at Williams Grove, and they wanted to do something to keep themselves occupied while racing is still being held back by this crazy Wuhan flu virus thing. Hopefully all that will end very shortly and we can start getting back to what everybody loves the most, and that's dirt racing. Right now, these guys going green out of turn number 4. Brett Mikulski, Mike Keegan, our front row. Flat Out Sim Series from Williams Grove tonight. All right, pace truck is in right here, middle of turns 3 and 4. Mikulski on the throttle, green flag waving.
Green, green, green.
Heat race number 1 underway. Mikulski straight to the bottom. Keegan went right through the middle. He comes out second. By the time they come off turn 2, everybody single file. Mikulski, Keegan, Bailey, Royer, and Eiler in your top 5. Braden Eiler went to the bottom right there. That orangey red car now goes to the top. Dakota Kuhn works a slide job on the inside of him. These guys trading back and forth. Crossover move from Eiler. Puts himself back to 5th. Mikulski still out in front ahead of Keegan and Bryce Bailey. Bryce Bailey right there in 3rd behind Keegan. It's the NOS Energy Drink Toyota number 26 car. Going to complete lap number 4 this time out of turns 3 and 4. Still Trevor Royer in that 4th spot, but now Eiler works the slider line in 3 and 4. He has the spot temporarily. Oh, dead heat at the line. Royer works it back on 1 and 2. 3 wide out of exit of turn 2. Kuhn was on the bottom for just a second. Eiler got around Royer. Back to 2 wide. Kuhn had to back off just a little bit not to slide into Trevor Royer right there. That's 5th and 6th. Royer 5th, Kuhn 6th. Gerhard is 7. Dietz and Smartwood behind that. But Brett Mikulski has led every lap of this one. 4 to go this time by. Right around. Marble starting to get moved up. That groove moving up in turns 1 and 2. Everybody's taking that. You see the guys right there, right where the marbles are piling up. They're trying to move those up just a little bit, widen the track out. Bailey got right to the push bar on the back of Keaton's car right there. They're going to have 2 to go this time out of turn 4. Bailey is there. Top 2 transferred straight to the feature. Keegan had a run for just a second on Mikulski, but the right rear found a little bit of that front stretch fence. A lap and a half, and Keegan is there. When's he going to go for the slide job? Oh, Bailey and Keegan, a little bit of touching right there. Drops them both back. Now they're going to battle for second. That's going to give Mikulski plenty of breathing room. This time Bailey slides up. Contact. Keegan into the fence. That puts Royer and Kuhn together trying to avoid him. Shake up at the front. Mikulski's going to win it easily. He's going to the feature. Bailey runs second. Eiler third. Trevor Royer gets away from that contact back there. He was 4th. Big shake up on the last lap, but Mikulski easily picks up the heat race win. All right, heat number 2, gridding out on the front stretch. On the pole, the M&M Painting Construction Wicked Cushion. Number 5, out of York, Pennsylvania, he drives for the Brett Marks Sim Racing Team. It's Jeremy Zarfos. On his outside, Wicked Cushion driver in the 222, that's Weston Newell. 14 car on the inside of row number 2, Christopher Hockley, and on his outside, the 41 car of Zach Holloway. Row 3 on the inside, the Wicked Cushion 19 Designs Team SETI out of Mayborough, Queensland, Australia. We call him the Flying Aussie. He drives a 57 cars named Craig Dunn. And to his outside, another Team UDSRA driver in the 2 car, Cody Hartlaub. Row 4 on the inside. The 91 Black Diamond Motorsports Ultimate Dirt TV machine. The Catfish Hunter, Ernie Williams. And on his outside, the 121 of William Hobart. On the back row, by himself, the 83 car of Brian Cotta. So 9 more cars, 10 more laps. Top 2 to the feature. Everyone else gets to play in the soup. Get a really good look there. That 57 car. Mr. Craig Dunn all the way from Australia over here. All right, front row, and they're about to go green out of turn number 4. Zarfos and Newell. Pace truck headed in. Jeremy Zarfos on the gas. Green flag in the air. Heat race number 2 underway. Zarfos, Newell. Straight to the top. They come away 1 and 2. Christopher Hockley, the 14 car, down on the inside. He's going to run in the 3rd spot. Craig Dunn is up to 4th. Brian Cotta, then Cody Hartlove, William Hobart, Zach Holloway is in the infield, Ernie Williams in the infield. I think those 2 cars had contact down the backstretch during lap number 1. So those 2 guys going to fight their way out of the consolations. But right now the battle's at the front. Zarfos running right up at the marbles. Newell took it inside in 1 and 2. Now he gets back in line in 3 and 4. So Christopher Hockley's car come off of turn 4 and head down to the middle of the front stretch. A little bit of a lip building right there on the exit of turn 4, it looks like. He's got Craig Dunn chasing him down. Oh, Zarfos finds the fence. Then Newell finds it right behind him. Weston so focused on the 5 car, he's following right in his tire tracks, followed him straight into the fence. This time, down to the bottom in 3 and 4 goes Zarfos. At the halfway point, he still has the lead over Newell, but Hockley now starting to close in on the 222 car of Weston Newell. He runs in the 3rd spot, and he's bringing the 57 of the Flying Aussie Craig Dunn in right behind him. Zarfos now way high in 1 and 2, going up there to see what's up in the marbles right now. Back to the bottom in 3 and 4. Looks like Newell followed. Hockley, the only one of the front 4 to go to the high side in 3 and 4. Now goes to the high side in 1 and 2. Front 2, high, low, 3rd high, 4th place low. So these guys looking all over the place trying to find some moisture. Now everybody goes top shelf in turns 3 and 4. 2 to go this time by Zarfos, still almost 9/10 of a second out in front. Weston Newell trying to give chase. Craig Dunn got around Hockley out of the exit of turn 2. White flag in the air, 1 more lap. I don't think Dunn's got enough time unless there's a big mistake out of Newell. Both cars went to the bottom in 1 and 2. Final time, heat race number 2 through turns 3 and 4 on the bottom for Zarfos. He's going to pick up the win. Weston Newell going to the A main with him. We'll see Craig Dunn and Christopher Hockley in our B main here in just a little bit. Everybody else, alphabet soup for you. Guys, if you're anywhere but one of the Facebook channels, if you're over on Twitch, you're over on YouTube, say hi in the chat. I can see that in my multi-chat. Let us know you're there. Likes, shares, and follows, guys. All right, Heat 3 out on the front stretch right now on the pole. He won it the last time, Kyle Sosnowski. Joe Cotta on his outside. Row 2 on the inside, the Baps Auto Supply Wicked Cushion Brent Mark Sim Racing Team, number 15 out of Farmington, Minnesota, Michael Sheridan. To his outside, the 888 car, that's going to be Corey Wenzel. Row 3 on the inside, the Jessup Logistics number 25 of Richie Preston on his outside. The PBM number 47 of Garrett Pepiot. Joe Taylor starts the 4 car on the inside of row number 4 with Cody Ryder on his outside. And on the back row by himself, going to be the 6 car of Darren Kaufman. Sosnowski said if I kept my camera on him, that he would give me his setup if I kept it on him the whole night. And since he's only been in this race, guys like to have a whole lot of fun when they're in the chat right before the race, and Kyle and I were kind of having some fun back and forth about setups. I gave him a hard time for how many times he had to pass Kevin Lovey's last week on restarts. He'd get down to turns 1 and 2, have the run, caution flag. Just couldn't get it done till the very end right there. All right. Green this time out of turn 4, heat number 3. Sosnowski and Kata on the front row, going to bring us to the green. As soon as that pace truck goes in, we'll be waiting for Kyle to find the throttle pedal. See the car starting to tighten up. There it is. Loud pedal applied. Green flag in the air. Sosnowski leads us to turn 1. Kata right there in second. Michael Sheridan went slider line. Not going to work for him. Wenzel. Oh, Wenzel couldn't get off turn 2, and Sheridan is going to hang on to that spot. So Sheridan is third. Here comes Wenzel on the inside. He couldn't get it done. Pepiot now almost made it 3 wide right there. He's side by side with Wenzel down to 1 and 2. Now he goes 2 for 1 on the exit move. The 47 car all the way into the third position. Garrett Pepiot, power move right there out of turn 2. He's got Sheridan behind him. Sosnowski not wasting any time trying to get away from these guys. He is 3/4 of a second ahead of Joe Kata, and Kata's got all kinds of company. Pepiot and Sheridan putting the pressure on him through 3 and 4. Now down to 1 and 2. Woo, close quarters racing right there. Sheridan almost got the left rear of Pepiot. Now Pepiot works to the inside of Kata out of turn 4. Pepiot's got the spot, move him up to position number 2. Sights set on the 7 car now. Kata sitting second. Sheridan, then Wenzel, your top 5. Sosnowski almost out of reach now. Round the top side, 1.1 seconds. Pepiot on the bottom, staying married to the bottom in 1 and 2. Kata and Sheridan side by side, 3rd and 4th. Now Sheridan gets a good run out of turn 3. He's got 3rd, had a wheel on Pepiot. Drops back in line. Under 4 laps to go. Sosnowski a 2.5 out in front. He just needs to cruise and he'll pick up the win, go straight to the feature. 3 to go that time. Sosnowski running the rim all the way around. Going to get 2 to go right here. Right up where the marbles are, trying to find the wet stuff. 2 full seconds out in front. Garrett Pepiot second, Michael Sheridan, Joe Kata, Corey Wenzel. Pepiot and Sheridan now in a battle. Pepiot had the inside, white flag in the air. We'll see what Sheridan can do. He's got to go back to the middle. Lost a lot of ground right there. Probably sealed the deal. Here comes Sosnowski. He picks up the Heat 3 win. Pepiot second. He's going to the feature. Sheridan Wenzel Cotta, Preston Taylor, Kaufman, and Ryder rounding out the field. So 3 down, 1 to go in our heat races. On the pole is going to be the 44, the Hyper Racing Machine of Tyler File. To his outside, a high side race for TH Designs UDSR Ray, number 19, out of Hanover, Pennsylvania, Troy Wagaman Jr. Row 2 on the inside is Schaefer's Lawn Care, number 38, of Brett Strickler. And to his outside, the 19 Designs, number 5, of Mad Max Steinball. Row 3 on the inside, the 1 car, David Diller. On his outside, the high side racewear, Fastline Speedway Engines, UDSR Ray, number 56, out of Livingston, Montana, the Flying Fossil, David Flick. On the 4th row on the inside, the 67 car, Christopher Stringfellow. On his outside, that very familiar number 69K, Lance DeWeese. And on the back row, Doug Dietz, the 76 Miller Lite Machine. So 10 more laps, 2 more cars locked into the feature. We will start the consolation races. Tyler File, Troy Wagaman. Right before the race, I heard Troy key up in the chat, and there was some music in the background, and someone asked him, was he getting pumped up to finish 5th in the feature tonight? So the guy is razzing Wagaman a little bit. All right, pace truck is in. File and Wagaman on the front row waiting to see who's going to get the throttle. Good start for the front row. File leads him down to turn 1. I'll tell you what, Brett Strickler got a great start right there. 4 wide on the exit of turn 2, lap 1. I don't know if that worked out or not. Diller made contact with whoever's on the outside, and then Strickler found the fence on the inside. 360s, the car keeps his foot in it. I think that car's probably hurt just a little bit. Looks like he's going to struggle with it a little through 1 and 2, but he came away 4th. Max Stambach got around him. Wagaman and File battling for the top spot right here out of turn 2. Wagaman gets away with the lead at the end of lap 2. File running in second. Mad Max running on the bottom. Trying to make up the ground, see if he can get into the feature without having to work his way through the B main. Now goes to the top side with File. 2 grooves in turns 3 and 4 for sure, and it looks like one really good one on the bottom, and I don't know how good that top is yet. Everybody's staying away in this heat from the very, very top. We saw Sosnowski use it in the last heat race, much to his advantage. He picked up the win this time. Stamball went to the bottom in 3 and 4, and it's a heat race right at the line. I think Stamball had it by about a foot. Now he stays on the bottom 1 and 2, and he definitely took second that time. He's closing in on Wagaman. Wagaman went in high, cut it down to the bottom. Gave himself a couple of car lengths of breathing room by doing that, as Stamball stayed on the top side. File right in lockstep, the top 3. A good distance ahead of 4th place Brett Strickler. Strickler having trouble there at the end of lap 1. Runs in the 4th spot. Now Wagaman loose out of turn 4, and Stamball closes the gap. Deep in on the bottom 1 and 2. Couldn't make it work. Wagaman keeps the lead down the backstretch. Top 3 running the top shelf in 3 and 4 now. Wagaman through the middle of 1 and 2 goes back to the bottom side. 2.5 laps to go. Wagaman, Stamball, File, Strickler, DeWeese up to the 5th spot. Stringfellow, Deeds, Diller, and Flick. 2 laps to go. DeWeese by himself in 5th. Strickler in front of him in 4th. File still in 3rd. About equal distance between first and second and third. Right about a half to 0.6 of a second. White flag out this time. Troy Wagaman sees it first. Top shelf in 1 and 2 for Wagaman. Bottom right in the basement for Stambaugh. Stambaugh didn't make up any ground at all. Out of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air. Troy Wagaman going straight to your feature tonight. Stambaugh's going with him. Everybody else, find your bowl, grab your spoon. We're going to go play in the alphabet soup. All right, C main time. 14 cars scheduled to be in this one. On the pole, going to be the 5 machine of Braden Eiler. To his outside, 15 car, Michael Sheridan. Christopher Gerhardt, the 51 on the inside of row 2 with Corey Wenzel, the 888 on his outside. The 90 of Trevor Royer inside row 3. Joe Cotta, the 10 car on the outside of that row. 36 of Jesse Deeds inside row 4 with 25 of Richie Preston on the outside. X Machine, Mike Keegan, going to start inside row 5 with Joe Taylor, the 11 car on the outside. Andrew Swartwood, 88 car inside row 6. Darren Kaufman, the 6 car on the outside of that row. And on the back row, the 95 of Dakota Kuhn and the 89 of Cody Ryder. All 14 cars made to call. Oh boy, here we go. Are you ready for yours there, Mr. Newell? About 6 from each transferring, I believe. All right, they'll go green the next time we come off turn number 4. Eiler Sheridan on the front row, going to bring us to green this time. Pace truck will make the hard left right here in turn number 3. There he goes. The high side hustler finds the loud pedal. Green flag in the air. 15 laps. Eiler got away with the lead. Sheridan came out of turn 2 in second, and it was a gaggle behind that. You're watching Gerhardt have problems down the backstretch. He's going to fall all the way to 7th. Eiler, then Sheridan, 3 wide. Wenzel was on the bottom. Royer's on the top. Sheridan, the meat and the sandwich down the front stretch. They go through 1 and 2. There's contact. 10 car of Joe Cotta was backwards in turns 1 and 2. I think he got that car spun around, and he is going to be headed the right way maybe. No caution. Eiler, 1.5 seconds over Royer. Then Sheridan and Wenzel battle for third. Mike Keegan all the way up to the 5th spot right now. Gerhardt got control of the 51 car, and he sits in 6th. But here comes Richie Preston. And Preston right by him down the backstretch goes top shelf in 3 and 4. Move Preston into the 6th spot. Gerhardt, Swartwood, Taylor, Kuhn, Ryder, Kaufman, Deeds, and Cotta. Right now at the front, Eiler, 2.5 seconds. He is stinking up the first B main right here. Best battle on the track is right here. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. 4 cars under a blanket. Sheridan had the front strut. There comes Royer back, a little bit of a blink there in turns 1 and 2. He's in 3rd. Keegan is 4th. Wenzel on the inside. runs in the 5th spot. Sheridan with a little nick of the fence out of turn 4. That lets Royer find the inside on him. Ooh, Royer hot through 1 and 2. Took it all the way to the fence on the slider line. Michael Sheridan settles into second. Royer now has settled into third. The battle is for 4th and 5th. Keegan and Wenzel. Lap car, Joe Cotta right there. That slowed Wenzel down quite a bit. He had to change his line through the corner. That lets Keegan safely into the 4th spot. Wenzel is 5th, and Richie Preston is 6th. Preston's starting to close the gap on the 888 machine of Corey Wenzel. Halfway home that time by. Eiler, 4.5 seconds. And to give you some perspective, when he gets on the straightaway, I'm going to go back to Sheridan. Sheridan wasn't even to the center of turns 3 and 4. That is almost 5 seconds gap right there. Royer now top shelf in 3 and 4. He's running in third. Keegan was right behind him, right in his tire tracks. Now Braden Eiler a full 5 seconds out in front of these guys. He's already off turn 2, and they're not even into turn 1. He's coming up on lap traffic. Jesse Deeds right in front of him. Darren Kaufman right in front of that. So 5 laps to go. Lap traffic in front of your leader. Just keep an eye on the 5 car. Almost contact there. Deeds almost came down off the fence into the right side of Eiler's machine. Now Eiler, second lap car down. 5.5 seconds. Sheridan just now coming off 4. Eiler already in through turns 1 and 2. Trevor Royer still 3rd. Keegan is still 4th. Wenzel and Preston still 5th and 6th. Braden Eiler coming out of turn 4 across the start-finish line. 3 to go that time. Lap car in front of him going to be Cody Ryder. Ryder in 11th. There goes Swartwood's car to the infield. Now Eiler goes to the bottom. 2 to go that time by. He puts Ryder a lap down. Sheridan still in second. Royer and Keegan still 3rd and 4th. Now Wenzel and Preston getting closer and closer together. Preston around the top side. If he's got to drive out of 2, he'll have the spot, but he didn't have enough. White flag in the air. Braden Eiler's already taken it. We're watching 5th and 6th right now. Only 2 cars really in competitive positions with one another. Wenzel's on the bottom. Preston's on the top, but Braden Eiler's coming out of turn 4. Checkered flag in the air. He wins the first B main. Michael Sheridan, Trevor Royer, Mike Keegan, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And out of turn 4, Richie Preston and Corey Wenzel. Wenzel takes 5th. Preston was 6th. Kuhn, Taylor, Gerhart, Ryder, Deeds, Kaufman, Swartwood, and Cotta rounding out the field. So 14 more cars in B main number 2. The Flying Aussie Craig Dunn, the 57 machine on the pole. Tyler File on the 44 on his outside. Row 2, Christopher Hockley, the 14 car on the inside. Brett Strickler, the 38 on his outside. Brian Cotta, the 83 inside row number 3 with 69K. Lance Weiss on his outside. Cody Hartlaub, the 2 machine inside row 4 with Christopher Stringfellow on his outside. Row 5 going to be William Hobart, the 121 inside. Doug Deeds, the 76 on the outside. The 6th row will be the 91 of Ernie Williams on the inside, the 1 car of David Diller. And on the back row, Zach Holloway on the inside, and the Flying Fossil David Flick in the 56 on his outside. Brian Cotta's number 83 machine inside row number 3, not making the call for the B main, so 13 cars. Another 15 laps. All right, lights off on the pace truck. We're going to be going green out of turn number 4 this time. Craig Dunn, Tyler File. On our front row. All right, pace truck is already in the infield. Just waiting on Dunn. There's the throttle. There's the green flag. A lot of wiggling and moving down that front stretch. Everybody trying to get them up to speed. Dunn's got the lead. Strickler's working the top side. Couldn't get it away from Hockley. Hockley second. Strickler was third. And now Strickler gets around the outside. He's second. Hockley third. Hartlaub in fourth. File all the way back to fifth, and he's got company. Here comes Catfish Hunter. Ernie Williams through the middle, starting deep in the field, already inside the top 5. He's got Hobart behind him. File seventh. Stringfellow, Flick, and Holloway rounding out the top 10. But right now, Craig Dunn half a second out in front of Brett Strickler. See the 14 car, Christopher Hockley, the third place car, went way up to the top side, and it did not help him much. Hartlaub, if he could have got off second, I think had a shot to take away third spot right there. 3 down, 12 to go. Hartlaub now around the inside, takes third away from Hockley. Move Hockley to fourth. File still fifth. Here comes the Catfish Hunter, Ernie Williams, down on the bottom. Right where he's supposed to be. Digging. Getting out of turn 4, almost side by side. He'll be side by side heading into turn 1. And for right now, he's taking the spot. If he can get off 2, he's got it. Move File back to 6th. Stringfellow is 7th, and Hobart is 8th. But at the front, the battle's starting to heat up. Strickler's got the top side. Dunn stayed down on the bottom. At the line, Craig Dunn's got the spot back. He stays in the lead. Strickler, semi-slider line through 1 and 2. Wasn't able to get it. Too much drive off the bottom for the 57 car. Now in through the middle and out. There's a little bit of grip. There's a little bit of tacky right there in the middle. And Dunn is finding it. This time out of 2, what does Strickler have? Nothing better than the last time. We'll be halfway this time by. Hartlaub up to third. Oh, that time, big wiggle going into the corner from the 57 car. Strickler couldn't capitalize. Strickler still running that semi-slider line. It's kind of a weird entry. He's getting to the top pretty early. Now goes to the bottom. Can't bring it up. Dunn was there. That may give Dunn a lot of breathing room. Yeah, Craig Dunn picked up about 3 car lengths that time by. Hartlaub closing in just a little bit. Watching the battle at the front. Ernie Williams around File. Now he's up to 4th, but he's a second behind Hartlaub. Strickler into the fence out of turn number 4. Hartlaub still not able to close the gap. Actually has lost about a 10th and a half or so to Brett Strickler over the last couple of laps. Dunn and Strickler starting to heat the battle up again. Strickler closed it in about 3 car lengths that time through 3 and 4. He'll probably be even on the exit of turn 2 this time, but Dunn, a lot of drive down the backstretch and races away from him into turn 3. Now Strickler's got the inside down the front stretch. He's got it down to right at the bumper. 4 laps to go that time by. Dunn out of shape. Strickler takes the lead on the high side out of turn 2. 3.5 laps to go, and Cody Hartlaub closed right in on the 57 car of Dunn when he made the mistake in turn 2. Now Hartlaub down the front stretch. Not quite able to get there. He's going to keep it down on the bottom in 1 and 2. Does he have the drive off? Dead heat down there, down the backstretch. Hartlaub now up to the 2nd spot on the exit of turn 4. Both cars staying in touch with Strickler. 2 to go that time by. Craig Dunn still putting up a good fight. Now Hartlob clears him completely. Hartlob up to second. Dunn is third. Williams is fourth. Hockley fifth. Stringfellow running in sixth, but Holloway is right there behind him, the red and black number 41. White flag in the air. Brett Strickler. Craig Dunn now has gotten back around Hartlob right there in 1 and 2. Hartlob with a mistake getting down in the corner. Ernie Williams closing in. Little, too late. Strickler wins it. Dunn is second. Oh, too close to call at the line right there, but I believe Hartlob held off Williams for fourth. Hockley was fifth, and Stringfellow brought it home. Actually, Zach Holloway brought it home in sixth. So our starting field for the feature race is set. These guys will have a few minutes of warm-up here, and then we'll get ready to go to our feature race. Now, while we wait for them, we'll let you watch this.
Got a country swagger, keep the music turned up and got booze like Haggard. You can find us hanging out every night. It's a little bucked up, but we're all alright. Don't hurt to drink. Hey, let me hear you sing that I do what I want, do what I please, and all the bartenders let me drink for free. Everybody knows my name, and to me, you know it's just a game. Well, I get on stage and give the fans my heart, 'cause thanks to them, I'm a big old star. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard. It's a day in the life of a hillbilly rock star. Hillbilly rock star.
All right. Big shout out to Tim Nichols, Tim Sims. Great supporter of the Dirt Racing Network. New commercial for him. These guys out here, they have reworked the track. They're letting the guys burn it in just a little bit. I think while they do that, let's talk to somebody we know is going to be in our feature race tonight. Troy Wagaman.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, man. You guys reworked the track, letting the guys put some laps in and run it down flat again. What are you expecting in the feature tonight, buddy?
Oh, it's going to be good here. We'll get it widened out. We're going to run a quick 6-car dash here before the main, and then get your top 8, and we'll see how it goes from there.
All right, man. Well, the guys were giving you a little bit of grief before the race and asked if you're getting pumped up to run 5th tonight. Where's the 19 car going to be at the end of the night?
Oh, well, I didn't have to start 27th, so we should be all right. We'll see how it goes. There's a couple more better guys, even more than what we're used to, so it should be a tough battle here with all 24s. Be pretty good.
All right, so we're about to have a dash right here, you say?
Yeah, we're going to do about 5 minutes of warm-up, get it widened out a little bit, roll a quick dash, and then into the main.
All right, man. Well, we will look forward to seeing those guys roll out here in just a minute.
All right, thanks.
Never can resist giving a guy a little grief when someone else does it first, so we had to do that with him. But it looks like they are going to run about another minute and a half out of here, and then we're going to bring those guys out for the dash. A lot of news going on in the racing world. I don't know if anybody's been paying any attention, but it looks like NASCAR is about to get back at it. And there's been at least one dirt race. No fans in the stands, but it was still a good deal to see guys out there making laps. I don't know if everybody watched it or anybody watched it, but I watched as much as I could from up there in South Dakota. Even without the fans in the stands, it was still a pretty good show. Mr. McCarl did a very good job of getting those guys in there, getting them lined out, and getting it going, especially when they had to deal with the rain. But a good deal to see cars back on the track. And I know I've seen some people talking about play dates and practice dates and stuff over the next 2-3 weeks. So I am hoping that by Memorial Day even, maybe there'll be some place for everybody to go watch a dirt race. And if not, maybe the first week of June. So until then, we'll try to keep you entertained right here on the Dirt Racing Network as much as we can. But I believe we're going to have 6 cars rolling out here. And we will try to see who is going to roll out there. This might be kind of fun to try to watch here. I have no idea who is out on the track right now. Well, that was Joe Taylor's car that was headed down the back stretch, but he has since taken that in. We'll watch for these guys to roll out here. Quick 6-car dash is what I was told by Troy. So while we wait for them to put the cars out there, guys, don't forget, like, shares, and follows. Even if you're not in one of the Facebook pages, drop by Dirt Racing Network over on Facebook. Give us a like, a share, a follow. If you're on Twitch or YouTube right now, say hi in the chat. Always fun to see everybody. We can see you in the multi-chat, so say hi to us. I see cars starting to move around. There we go. Zarfos, Sosnowski. I believe that's Bryce Bailey rolling out there. Here comes Weston Newell, Troy Wagaman, Garrett Pepiot. Mad Max Stambaugh rolling out there. And maybe Brett Mikulski. That's who it looks like. And I cannot find his name any. Oh, there he is. There's Mikulski's. All right. The Newell and Wagaman on the front row. Mikulski and Pepiot row 2. Sosnowski. Uh-oh, green flag in the air. Get the track sounds turned back up for you. Newell's got the lead coming out of turn 2, but Mikulski right behind him. Wagaman in behind that. Here comes Stambaugh, slider line through 3 and 4. Wasn't able to make it stick. Both Wagaman and Pepiot got around him. They were 3 wide heading into turn 1, and Pepiot hit the inside fence at the front. Mikulski got around Newell briefly. Newell fights back down on the bottom in turns 3 and 4. Drag race to the line. Newell's got the lead. Mikulski running his second. Wagaman now third. Bailey in the 4th spot. Mikulski worked back around the backstretch down on the inside. Had the spot when they went into 3. Still Newell when they get to the line. So Mikulski around the top side now has the spot. Here comes Bailey. Newell kept it off of Mikulski, and Bailey took advantage of the slowdown. Mikulski out to the front. Bailey running in the 2nd spot. And Newell and Wagaman now fighting for 3rd and 4th. Here comes Max Stambaugh in the 5th spot. I'm not even sure how many laps they're running, guys, but when they slow down, we'll know who the winner was. Bailey to the inside of Mikulski in 3 and 4. Bailey's got the lead. 3rd leader in the last 4 laps. Slide job coming. Mikulski takes it all the way to the top shelf. Crossover from Bailey. He's going to have the spot back going down into 3. He's going to go to the bottom. He keeps the car right on the bottom. Maintains the spot as Mikulski was out of shape. Newell now back working on the 73 car. 222 down on the inside off of 2. Bailey out in front. Mikulski second. Newell is third. That's a good battle, second and third right there. Newell on the bottom. Had the spot. Mikulski ran it out of fuel. Bailey going to win it. Newell second. Mikulski was third. I think everybody else ran him out of fuel down the back stretch. Here comes Wagaman coasting to the line. He's fourth. Pepiot iced it down in turn one, and I don't know what happened to Stambaugh. He must have run out before these guys. So we'll see what they do with the feature. Get these guys over here and in here, ready to go. Let all the time run out. Swap sessions. And we will get ready for our feature race. Thank you, everybody, for spending your Friday evening with us. Hope you're enjoying the show. It's about to get serious. If this race is anything like the last about three, it is going to be very exciting. These guys put on a great show. 24 410 sprint cars out here. So we had the top 8 from the 2B mains, added to the 8 from the heat races. And we will get ready to go through our starting lineup. Mikulski and Zarfos are supposed to be row 1. Sosnowski and Wagaman row 2. Bailey and Newell row 3. Row 4, Pepiot and Stambaugh. Eiler and Strickler in row 5. Row 6, Sheridan and Dunn. Royer and Hartlaub making up row 7. Row 8 going to be Keegan and Williams. Row 9, Wenzel and Hockley. And Preston and Holloway in row 10. Row 11, Kuhn and Stringfellow. And the final row going to be Taylor and Hobart. Well, thank you, Rocky. Glad you're enjoying the show. Be sure to give us a like and a follow there on the Dirt Racing Network page. You'll know anytime we do go live. Monday night. Actually, we're going to have a show on Sunday night, the Great Lakes Sim Racing Series. Week 1 of their 12-week weekly series, 7 o'clock Eastern, is the next show on the Dirt Racing Network. And then Monday night, back-to-back shows for the Dirt Racing Network's Dirt Slingers Racing League. Fixed 360s in the first show, and then they let them open up the setups, run what you brung in the second one. Wednesday night will be the NCRA Modifieds at Lima Land, what could possibly be their final show of the season, as they're all getting ready to go back to real-life racing. And then next Thursday night, the Dirt Slingers 410 Outlaw Series kicks off Season 5 of their Pro Cash Series. See if Tyler Schell can come back and defend his title, as he was the champ in Season 4. We are ready to go green. Out of turn number 4, Mikulski. Outside of Bailey. Green flag in the air. Bailey jumps to the lead, headed down to turns 1 and 2. He's going to stay on the inside. That's how he won the dash. And Mikulski went top shelf, and he's got the lead back coming out of turn number 2. Newell in third. Stambaugh slung it in there deep on the bottom in 3 and 4, and he's got 4th. And it is a big mess behind that for 5th. We got a caution, and they'll straighten things out, I think. Stringfellow and might have been in the incident. I think his car maybe got around. We'll watch from the start on the replay here, focusing right there on the white and black number 67 car. He was good heading down the backstretch. 11 car Taylor was on the inside, and Taylor gets in there just a little hot, backs him up, puts him into the outside wall. So we will let them get set. Mikulski, Zarfos, Sosnowski, Wagaman, Bailey, Newell, Pepiot, Stambaugh, Eiler, and Strickler, the top 10. 1 lap of 35 down. Hey, Timmy. It's good to hear that you are feeling better, buddy. Thanks for starting to watch party, and thanks for tuning in, sir. 34 laps left in this one. All 24 cars still on the track. Stringfellow able to get away there from turns 3 and 4, and he'll join the back of the field. The lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to be going green out of turn 4 with Bailey, Mikulski, Newell, Stambaugh, and Zarfos, our top 5. Mikulski had the lead until the caution came out, and it recycles all the way back to the last time they start to cross the start-finish line, and Bailey was the leader at that point. So here's the restart. Bailey, good start for him that time. He's going to go top shelf in 1 and 2. Mikulski goes a different route, couldn't get there, has to settle for second again. Now, Weston Newell in behind that's got Mad Max Stambaugh in behind him, and Jeremy Zarfos trying to work the inside as Stambaugh went to the top side. Zarfos around Stambaugh into fourth. Got his sights set on the 222 car. Weston Newell in front of him. Battle at the front. Mikulski is all over Bailey. Now Mikulski goes up through the middle. He's probably got the spot coming out of 4. Dead heat at the line. Bailey by about 0.00 seconds, but this time out of turn 2, Mikulski uses the momentum. He's got the lead. Newell still in third. Zarfos, Stambaugh, Sosnowski up to 6th. He's got the inside. He was working on 5th. Stambaugh wiggled down the front stretch. Now covers the inside. Eiler is right there. Zarfos found the fence in 1 and 2. He's going to fall back about 5-6 spots. Moves Zarfos back to 9th. That puts Stambaugh in 4th. Sosnowski got around him for a split second. Makes Sosnowski position number 4. Stambaugh behind that in 5th. Eiler is 6th. Strickler now 7th to 38th. Carr working the bottom side. Then Michael Sheridan in the 15 with his teammate on his outside. Zarfos in the 5 car. And Garrett Pepiot runs in the 10th spot. The last time Mikulski got out in front of a group, he absolutely walked the dog on these guys, and he is looking to do that again. 0.8 of a second out of turn 2 over Bailey. Sosnowski now working the high side of Newell. He is up to 3rd, and the caution. Looks like maybe Joe Taylor and possibly Ernie Williams. Ernie Williams upside down in turns 3 and 4. Let's go back and see what happened to the Catfish Hunter. Looking pretty good down the backstretch there. Oh, clipped that bump out. He was right in front of Hockley. Hockley nowhere to go in the 91 car. Somebody get a medic. So the 91 car, Ernie Williams, is out. Looks like the 19 car of Troy Wagaman, for whatever reason, is also on pit road. Not exactly sure what happened there. So 2 retirees, the 19 and the 91, Williams and Wagaman. .22 cars still on the lead lap. Mikulski, Bailey, Newell, Sosnowski, Stambaugh, the top 5. Eiler, Strickler, Zarfos, Sheridan, Pepiot, the top 10. And then Hartlaub, Dunn, Wenzel, Royer, Keegan, Hockley, Preston, Kuhn, Holloway, Taylor, Stringfellow, and Hobart. 28 laps still to go. Green this time out of turn 4. Just waiting for Brett Mikulski. Hit the loud pedal. He does right on the bottom on the exit of turn 4. Bailey had him timed up pretty good. He didn't get much of an advantage down into turn 1, but he's going to have a good one coming out. Picks up about 5-6 car lengths on the exit of turn 2. So move Bailey back. About a half a second behind in second. Newell is third. Sosnowski fourth around Eiler. Eiler right there. Eiler goes to the inside of 1 and 2 in front of Stambaugh. Strickler to the top side. Sheridan to the top side. They are all over the track in 1 and 2. We're watching the battle. 4th, 5th, 6th. They're 7th and 8th on the screen. There's the top 10 right in the middle of the screen. Almost 3 wide, entering 1. Sosnowski on the top. Eiler tried to go up there, couldn't shut the door. Sosnowski now, good run down the backstretch. Closes on the 222 of Newell. Bailey in high, out low in 3 and 4. Here comes Sosnowski. Here comes Eiler. Those two closed quickly on the 222 of Newell, and Eiler had to make a choice. He backs off a little, and that lets Strickler get to the outside. Strickler now to the outside of Eiler for the 5th spot. Caution. 14th car. Christopher Hockley appears to be in this one. Oh, yeah. Right side up and over. Nice gentle layover from him. So Christopher Hockley going to be our third retiree. About a third of the way through. Are you a regular, Chuck? Mikulski, Bailey, Newell, Sosnowski, Eiler, the top 5. Strickler, Sheridan, Stambaugh, Hartlaub, and there's the flying Aussie Craig Dunn breaking into the top 10. All right, lights off on the pace truck. Green out of turn 4 once again. Mikulski, Bailey, and Newell are top 3 on the restart. 24 laps remain. Still 21 cars on the track. All right, out of 4, Mikulski's on the throttle. Bailey has got him timed up pretty good. That's a great restart. Top 3 right there. Newell down to the inside. Didn't have enough of a run to get to Bailey that time. Sosnowski's car backwards out of 2, and he may be our next retiree. He is upside down the backstretch. So the 7 car down on the bottom. Coming out of turn 2. Clips the fence, goes across traffic. Oh, and he got clobbered right there. That is going to put the 7 car on the hook and into the trailer. And Mr. Sosnowski will not be picking up the win tonight, unfortunately for him. Kyle Sosnowski. Hello, Kyle. I was going to try to get a word with Kyle real quick, but they may still be taking care of him in the emergency trailer. That was a pretty hard lick he took down the backstretch right there. All right, let's set it up. Mikulski, Bailey, Newell, Sosnowski, Eiler, the top 5. Strickler, Sheridan, Stambaugh, Hartlaub, and Dunn. No change in that top 10. I don't think we had enough time to get anything accomplished there before Mr. Sosnowski found the fence. But the lights are off on the pace truck. We're about to go back to green flag racing. 23 laps to go. See if Bailey can time up Mikulski this time.
Green.
Pretty good again. Mikulski kind of rolled him in there and picked up a little bit of speed as he did so. Bailey with a pretty good start again. Still in second. Newell is third. Eiler now working the top side. The high side Hustler going to the cushion. Both ends. Here comes Strickler. Contact with Eiler and Strickler. Strickler keeps the car going. He's going to lose about 8 spots right there. He got in there hot, and I think Eiler slowed the car just a little to keep it out of the fence in the middle of turns 3 and 4. Strickler just couldn't see him through the wing out there, right front into the left rear. But it is still Mikulski, Bailey. Now Eiler around Newell into third. Weston Newell back to third. Michael Sheridan is fourth. Stambaugh, Hartlaub, Dunn, Keegan, and Wenzel, your top 10. Great battle right here. Second, third, and fourth. Eiler threads the needle down the backstretch, and he goes from third to second. 3 wide at the time. Newell was on the bottom, and Bailey was on the top. Moved Bailey back to third. Right in front of Newell. Now Sheridan's working a high side. Around Newell, Eiler finds the fence in 1 and 2. Now finds contact with Sheridan. Cars are stopped. We watched that one happen live. We do not need to go back and watch the replay. Eiler got into the fence. Sheridan tried to get by. Those two end up making contact. I believe you're going to see the 15 car go way back up here to about 4th or 5th position. So we keep our eye on Mr. Sheridan. Would love to get a little bit of a run going here and get some onboard shots with these guys. Track is definitely starting to slick off in a lot of spots. Braden Eiler looks like he has taken his car into the infield. So the high side Hustler looking like he is he is on the track. He and Sosnowski both on the track. I do not know how Sosnowski got that car back out here. Eiler at the back. He is 20th. Sosnowski is 21st. Top 10 is not correct. I will read it out. It's going to be Mikulski, Bailey, Newell, Sheridan, Stambaugh, Hartlaub, Dunn, Keegan, Strickler, and Wenzel. Our top 10 ticker was stuck the last time they had crossed the start-finish line before the yellow came out. Coming up on halfway. Pace truck headed to the infield. We'll be going green out of turn 4. See how many restarts does Sosnowski have that Bailey can time him up on. Mikulski clipped the fence right there, and so did Bailey, like the two were almost hooked together. But they're going to come out of turn 2, 1 and 2. Newell on the bottom has third. Sheridan fourth, but Stambaugh works the inside. Stambaugh slider line through 3 and 4. Here comes Hartlob on the top side. Couldn't get it done. He falls back to 6th behind Sheridan. Dunn right behind that. Now Stambaugh in 5th. Still, Mikulski out in front of Bailey. Newell is 2nd. Stambaugh is 3rd. Sheridan is 4th. Cody Hartlob is 6th. Mike Keegan now into the 7th spot. Strickler and Dunn almost contact down in 3 and 4. Good battle right here. Stambaugh runs in 3rd, but Newell is closing the gap, and Sheridan is right behind Newell. Stambaugh made a bid for 2nd, wasn't able to get around Bailey. Bryce Bailey right through the middle of the track. A little out of shape in 4, and that lets Stambaugh get alongside. Now contact. That slows Stambaugh just a touch. Now Bailey with a good run down the back stretch. And caution once again. I believe Trevor Royer's car. Slow to get away from turn number 2. Looks like he's all right. Settled himself in right there. Oh, he got a little bit of help getting down into 1. Zach Holloway. Just a little bit of a push. Yeah, I nicknamed him the High Side Hustler. Oh, it's got to have been at least a year ago, maybe more. Maybe 2 years ago. Because he likes to get up there on that cushion and just rip it. He is about 16th now. He's restarted 20th on that last restart, so he's picked up 4 spots. Sosnowski hanging around 21st. That car must be heavily damaged because he is not able to come forward. Mikulski, Bailey, Stambaugh, your top 3. Newell, Sheridan, Hartlob, Keegan, Dunn, Strickler, and Wenzel now in the top 10. $14 laps to go when we get the green. Trevor Royer able to get his car refired. He is going to be able to rejoin the back of the pack. Green out of 4. Mikulski starting to bring up the speed a little, getting ready to roll into this restart. Slows it down a little in 4. Now gets back on the throttle. A little better jump this time for him than last time. Bailey's still 2nd. Max Stambaugh made a good move down on the bottom. Couldn't make it stick. And he stays in 3rd. He has not done trying yet. He tried to get back to the inside of Bailey again. Newell behind that. Sheridan behind that. Hartlob runs in 6th. Stambaugh staying down on the bottom. I watched him do this last week. Had the lead for a little while into that feature race, running the bottom, but it looks to me like the bottom might already be gone in this one, and there's still 12 laps to go. Mikulski's working the top side. Familiar to see the 73 car up there. Week in, week out. Got almost 9/10 of a second over Bailey. Bailey, Stambaugh, Newell, and Sheridan. Very tight. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. Bailey's running that high side, and he's bringing the car down just a little on the exit, and he's getting a very good run. He's able to hold off Max Stambaugh right here, the 26 car. In almost to the outside, now comes down to the middle. Stambaugh can't use the wide exit. Now Newell's got company on the outside. Sheridan had a run. That's for fourth. Too much grip on the bottom, and Newell almost got into the back of Stambaugh right there. Newell finding something on the bottom. They were nearly 3 wide on the exit of 4. Stambaugh's got his hands full. He tries to keep Newell down on the very, very bottom, make him break his momentum. Did a good job. That moves Newell back to the inside of Sheridan. Now Stambaugh inside of Bailey. Mad Max Stambaugh bidding for second right here, and he's got it going into turn 1 as he squeezes Bailey off on the entrance. Move the 5 car. Oh, Bailey clipped the inside fence and then clips Hartlaub. Yellow flag. Gonna fly. Bryce Bailey clipped that fence. You saw Sosnowski do it earlier. This time, Bryce Bailey clips it with that left front right on the exit right there. And that lifts the front end, sends the car across the track, and Hartlaub, a victim in that one as he demolishes the 26 car. Two car, Cody Hartlaub. Crab walking its way back to the infield. So let's put a couple more on the hook. It's going to put Williams, Hockley, Pepiot, Bailey, and Hartlaub out of this one. Still 19, I think, out on the track. Once these guys have all cycled through, we'll check in on our top 10. Gonna see a familiar name in there. Trevor Royer, it looks like, might be out of this one too, possibly. Nope, rolling out of turn 1. Just waiting to get something fixed. Yep, that's not going to be right. It's going to be Mikulski, Stambaugh, Newell, Sheridan, Keegan, Strickler, Zarfos, Wagaman, Eiler, and Preston. Braden Eiler making his way back to the front. 7 laps left in it. And then Dunn, Kuhn, Wenzel, Hobart, Holloway, Taylor, Stringfellow, and Royer. 18 cars. Everyone's still on the lead lap. All right, looks like the lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to be going green again. 7 laps to go. Mikulski, Stambaugh, Newell. Your top 3, Sheridan, Keegan, 4th and 5th.
Green flag.
Mikulski with a good restart. A lot better than what Stambaugh did right there. He had him kind of up against that wall. Snookered him a little bit. Mikulski going to have the lead. Newell all over Stambaugh down the backstretch. Stambaugh slides up, gives the bottom to Newell. Now Newell on the inside out of turn 4. Weston Newell into position number 2. Able to keep the triple deuce down on the bottom. He's finding a little bit of grip, and he is going to rock it down the backstretch right here. Car and a half, almost 2 cars down into turn 3. Mikulski still the leader. Newell, Stambaugh, 2nd and 3rd. 3 wide out of turn 4. Keegan went top shelf, got around both Strickler and Sheridan. That time Mike Keegan into the 4th spot. Sheridan's got his hands full. Strickler's on the inside, and Strickler's got the grip on the bottom. Inside down the backstretch. Very, very tacky. 4 laps to go this time by. Now here's Troy Wagaman. Up the inside, he takes 6th place away. Sheridan got around Strickler. So did Wagaman at the front. 0.6 of a second. 3 laps to go. Mikulski over Newell. Stambaugh in third. And Keegan now knocking on the door. Keegan wanting to get on the podium tonight. Goes to the outside. Big run out of 4. Stambaugh shuts the door. Stambaugh going back to the bottom in 1 and 2. Keegan right to the penthouse. Lost a lot of ground that time through the center. Up, Keegan now finding the fence in turns 3 and 4. That's going to drop him back in the clutches of Wagaman. Top 3, Mikulski, Newell, and Stambaugh at the white flag. One more time around. Mikulski's off of 2. 7-8 car lengths over Newell. Newell's got a pretty healthy lead over Stambaugh. They're coming out of turn 4. Checkered flag once again for Brett Mikulski. Weston Newell in second. Max Stambaugh coming home in third. Park of the top 3 on the front stretch, please. Great run for these guys. Stambaugh and Newell on the back stretch. A little congratulatory. Hey, great racing, kind of bump tire to tire right there. Weston Newell look like he's going to take his car across the scale for whatever reason. See if we can get down here where we can get him kind of in the shot with these guys. Stambaugh going to go around one more time, it looks like. We'll let Newell get back here to the front stretch. Stambaugh creeping up on us here. He's got third. He's going to pull it right in here. And I'm sure he'll leave Weston a pretty good space right there. There we go. Looks like everybody's in their spot. Let's see. Max. Weston. And Mikulski in there. All right, let's try to get Max up here real quick. Max Stambaugh, you got a copy. Unmute your mic, buddy. Hello, Max. Max, you there? Well, let's see if we can come back to Max. We'll talk to Weston real quick and see what Mr. Newell has to say. Weston Newell, you got a copy?
I got you.
All right, man. Good battle with you and Mr. Stambaugh there. You come away with second, man. Talk to us about that race there and how you come home a second tonight in this one.
Yeah, I might go buy a lottery ticket, Roger. I got pretty lucky there about 3 or 4 times in the middle part of the race. Kyle Sosnowski had gotten around me, but the yellow came back out like right before we got to the flag stand. It kept giving me third place back. And then it did it again later on with Sheridan. And but overall, I mean, towards the end, I had a really good car. I thought I was running them down. I just honestly got a little anxious. Last lap, got overexcited. It happens. Learn from it. Move on. I'm happy with the second place. It was a stout field tonight, and track was great as far as I'm concerned.
It looked like you found quite a bit down on the bottom there, especially in the closing laps. You were able to get around Max. How much did the track change from start to finish?
Well, you know me, Roger. I like to stick around towards the bottom side of the racetrack, so I can only attest to how the bottom changed. Early on, there was some good grip you could really work with, and then it started to go away once guys started running it, and it got harder and harder and harder. But then towards the end there, the middle and the top was just so slicked off that you could be patient enough to get around the bottom and just wait for that grip coming off on exit and then just rip down the straightaways. Honestly, it's like a drag racing simulator. Once the track gets really slick for me, I just go as fast as I can down the straightaway, get on the brakes hard, and NASCAR it through the corner, and then just drag race down the backstretch. Just do that over and over.
All right, man. Well, you come home second in a very, very tough field. Who's on the car helping you get it done, and we'll let you celebrate a great second place tonight.
Yeah, first and foremost, I'd like to give a shout out to you guys here at Dirt Racing Network. Always a great broadcast to be a part of. The guys at Flat Out Sim Series, all the admins there for all the hard work they do. My teammates over at Team SETI, Wicked Cushion Esports, deadhead.com.au, John, Chris, all the guys over at Pick Me Up, Otter, Johnny, Helms. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. We look forward to seeing you hopefully next week somewhere along the way on one of the broadcasts we're doing.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be able to check out one of the DSRL races here very soon. So,
All
thanks,
right, man.
Roger.
Thanks,
Have a
buddy.
good night.
Congratulations again. Talk to you soon. All right, let's see if we can get Max back in here. Max, you got a copy? I think Max is lost. All right, well, let's get our winner. Let's get Brett Mikulski in here. You did it again, man. You're spending too much time in the booth with me, buddy.
Yeah, but this time I can say I actually held on for a win.
It was a great. You got out in front, and I was telling everybody that you get out in front, and you usually check right out. And tonight, for a little bit, you did, but then all those restarts, man, some of those guys kept it pretty tight for a while. Walk us through the race, man. How you end up coming over the win?
I just battled there at the beginning for the lead, and I checked out, and I was gone. And then, I added more fuel again, and then I started looking, and I'm like, I'm really blowing through fuel. And I went up 3 gallons from the last one, so I had to back her off there, and I did my donuts there at the end, and I was out of fuel. So I think I got to add a little bit more, but you want to be right on that edge there. So maybe next time I can, keep that lead nice and far. If I needed to, I could have pushed it a little bit harder, but overall the track wore pretty good. The top side was up there. I was kind of cheating it, and felt really good. I didn't even want to go towards the bottom, which I like running the top here.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, that you like to get up there and lay right on those marbles. And the only other car that had any kind of speed up there was Braden Eiler, and he got into a little bit of an incident, but he was coming forward. Everybody else found something on the bottom towards the end right there. And in all those restarts, with you coming off the bottom of turn 4 and going straight to the top in 1 and 2, nobody was closing the gap using the bottom, man. You just drove away from everybody. It's a fantastic run tonight.
Yeah, the restarts were messing with me a little bit there. I kept getting bumped in the rear. I was trying to keep an even speed, but I was actually kind of using it to my advantage too, because they were hitting me, and then I would just take off, and that gives me a pretty good gap to go.
All right, man. Well, your shout-outs, your thank yous, everybody that's helping you get it done, we'll let you celebrate a great victory tonight.
Thanks. I'm going to drink a couple beers now. I just want to thank Kyle Snosky for all the wrenching he does on this thing. Built me some really bad, fast setups, especially here. We feel really good. Jared Mahalski, Heating and Air. SprintCarUnlimited.com. Wicked Energy. Wicked Energy Gum. Beer Hill Gang, and Beer Hill Gang TV. And as always, thank you for the stream, and thanks to Troy and all them for doing this Flat Out Sim series.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the win. We look forward to seeing you next week.
See you then, buddy. Hopefully I can talk to you again.
All right, man. Your winner, Brett Mikulski. Weston Newell comes home second. Get a look at our final results here. Max Stambaugh in third. Mike Keegan was fourth. Didn't get a chance to talk to Max, having technical difficulties with him. Michael Sheridan was fifth. Troy Wagaman sixth. Seventh, Brett Strickler. Eighth, Jeremy Zarfos. Richie Preston ninth. Dakota Kuhn 10th. Braden Eiler finishes 11th. Corey Wenzel 12th. Cody Hartlob 13th. Craig Dunn 14th. Zach Holloway in 15th. William Hobart was 16th. And then Joe Taylor 17th. Christopher Stringfellow was 18th. Kyle Sosnowski 19th. And Trevor Royer rounded out the top 20. Bryce Bailey was 21st, Garrett Pepe 22nd, Christopher Hockley 23rd, and Ernie Williams 24th tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Thank you for sticking with us, spending your Friday evening with us. Hope you enjoyed the races. Don't forget Sunday night, Great Lakes Sim Racing Series, week 1 of their 12-week series. Big deal going on with those guys. They got a lot of their regular drivers from their real-life Great Lakes Sprint Car Series in there racing every week. A pretty big prize pool they got going on up there, too. We will be covering that for them starting at 7 o'clock Eastern. And then we'll move on to Monday night. Mike Peterson will be back in the booth with you. Back-to-back shows for the Dirt Slingers 360 Series. Fixed race up at 8 o'clock Eastern. Open Series race immediately following that. We'll be off on Tuesday. Wednesday, NCRA Modifieds. The Midwest guys getting at it again. They're going to go to Lima Land. Not sure if that is going to be the final show for those guys or not. There's some chatter going on right now that I'm following to see if somebody's going to pick up the mantle and try to carry that thing on for a while. It looks like they're not going to get back to regular activities in the state of Kansas until sometime in June, so those guys may run that for a little while here. And then Thursday night, Dirt Slingers 410 Pro Series going to be back at it. That's their pay-to-race series. Mike Peterson and I believe K.R. Stolfus probably going to be up in the booth for you on that one. And then we'll be back here again next Friday with the Flat Out Sim Series from Williams Grove. Once again, for myself, Mike Peterson of the Dirt Racing Network, thanks everybody for tuning in. Likes, shares, and follows. Come and see us every single time we go live. And until we see you the next time, thanks for tuning in. Everybody keep it dirty. Good night.